welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here to do a review of the 90 Day Fiancé Reunion Part 1. Part 2 will be on tonight, so I will do that tomorrow. We are back in New York City. Everyone looks nice. I mean, they clean up well. Okay. Shawn Robinson is the host again. Shawn does okay. She does a pretty good job, all right? I would love to have that job, TLC. I mean, not to boo Shawn, but come on. TLC, I'm here. So let's just talk about how this reunion went. It went okay, okay? They just keep bringing up the same thing that has went on, all season long. So I'm not going to hit every little, spot because we already know the story. So let's just talk about the couples, all right? Let's talk about Sinjin and Tanya, all right? Of course, they brought up Soulmate Gate. They are still bringing that up. Okay, yes. We know that Tanya said that Sinjin was not her soulmate. But she also said that, hey, he may not be my soulmate, but there is a reason that he is in my life. There is a reason why we met. Yes, Sinjin was upset by that. That hurt his feelings. And, of course, everybody else had to put in their little 2 cents. They was like, well, if he ain't, your soulmate, then why did you marry him? Why is y'all together? What does that even mean? And Tanya had to go again and say, why she believes that her and Sinjin was together. Shawn Robinson brought up how, how could you leave for 30 days out of your 90 days? And so Tanya said, listen, okay, I couldn't push this back anymore. All right, I have pushed this back for 2 years and I wanted to do this. And so Shawn was like, well, you said that it was for work. You said that this was to better yourself, but you was out, having a good time. You was, dancing and stuff. And so Tanya was like, yeah, I went out, I had a good time. I had Friday and Saturday off. So I went to, the bar and I had a good time. I didn't see anything wrong with that. And so then they brought up, Sinjin and how he felt about it and all this. And so Tanya broke it down real quick, didn't she? Tanya said, Sinjin a grown man. And she says, me and Sinjin had a conversation before I left, and Sinjin was cool with it. And he was, because Sinjin said that he did give Tanya, his, approval. So Tanya said, y'all gonna be jumping all over my case. He grown. We discussed it, he accepted it, and that's that on that. So Shawn brought up, Sinjin, his job, what does he want to be? Because as we know, Sinjin want to be everything underneath the sun. He want to be a fireman, a policeman, an astronaut. Honey, Sinjin want to do it all. An actor, a stunt person, child. Sinjin all over the place. And so that's what Sinjin said. Sinjin said, listen, I want to do it all. And so Tanya was like, look, I don't care what he does. Okay, he need to do something. Okay, I'm the one that's paying the bills, so he needs to find him a job. And so Sinjin brought up when he worked in the mines and how that really affected him. That affected him mentally. Who was it that said that he may have some form of PT, SD, and that he needs to, really look into that. And Sinjin says that he really do feel like that working in that mines just really affected him, and that he may possibly need to speak to, someone, about that. But anyway, Sinjin and Tanya are still going, strong. They bring up the baby thing, and, Tanya has always said that she wants a baby, and she thought that Sinjin, wanted one too. Maybe not right now, but eventually he would like to have a child. And so Sinjin now saying that he don't know if he wants children. Sinjin is not quite sure if he even wants children now. So anyway, child, let's move on from Tanya and Sinjin. All right, let's talk about Sasha and Emily. All right, so they showed the little clip of the ex. And, honey, Sean said, what y'all think about that? And child, Emily says, listen, she a hater. And I believe that's what Robert said too. Robert said, child, she a hater to me, okay? And so Sean brought up the infidelity, all right? And so Sasha says that no, that he did not cheat, that, he started a relationship with the ex, after, the ex and him had already split up. So Sean says, okay, well, when did you meet Emily? And he says, yes, I was still married when I met Emily. But me and Emily did not become romantic until after me and my ex had broke up. And Emily, of course, she co-signed that. All right. So he said that there was no cheating going on when he met, Emily. And that's that on that. So, child, they brought up the sister child, Betsy. Honey, Betsy was on one. Was she, y'all? Honey, Betsy, she do not care for Sasha. All right? She don't care for Sasha. She feels like that Sasha, fat shames her sister. And Sean brought that up. Sean said, do you think that Sasha does, fat shame Emily? And so Betsy says, I think that Sasha don't know the difference between weight and, being, healthy. He thinks that, Emily is overweight and unhealthy, but he don't know the difference between that. And so Sasha was like, yes, I do. Okay, I am a personal trainer, and I know that Emily needs to lose a few pounds. She's not healthy, and she is overweight. And so Betsy said, oh, really? You're not a nutritionist, okay? Where'd you get your degree from? Google? I was like, Lord, have mercy. And so Emily, she just broke it down. Emily says, listen, I'm not comfortable in my own skin. I know I need to lose some weight, okay? I'm not usually this big, so I do want to lose some weight, and he is trying to help me in doing that. I'm just, used to being a certain way, and I understand what Emily is saying, okay? Emily is just not comfortable in her skin, and I get that because I'm not comfortable in my skin. This is the biggest I've ever been in my whole life. This is the biggest I've ever been, and I'm not comfortable in my skin, okay? And I know I need to do something, about it. I need to quit making excuses, and I just need to get my butt up and get moving. Watch what I put in my mouth, eat healthier, and I know I will lose the weight. It's nothing wrong with Emily saying that she needs to lose weight, okay? It's nothing wrong with that. Now, Sasha being a little bit aggressive about it, I don't know. Emily don't seem to, think so. Emily sees it as a motivator. Maybe Sasha sees it as being him being a motivator. I think there is a proper way of him, doing it. I don't think Sasha is fat shaming her. I think that, Sasha met her when she was very thin, and she's had a baby. I mean, she pushed out a baby that was 54 pounds. So it's going to take a while for her to lose, that weight. Me personally, I think Emily looks great. I think she looks very healthy. I think her face looks healthy. I think she had a certain glow. I think Emily looked fine. But hey, if Emily wants to lose a few pounds, then let her. That's that on that. Betsy also brought up that she believes that Sasha is only here with the sister to marry the sister because of the green card. And that's that. Emily says she is tired of hearing it. All right. Sasha's her husband. They're together, and that's that. All right. Sasha says that he is not in it for the green card, and that he is, there for, Emily. Let's move on from Emily and Sasha. All right, let's talk about Juliana and Michael. Very interesting, these two. Very interesting background Juliana has. Juliana got really emotional because Sean brought up the whole finance situation. Come to find out that Juliana is taking care of her whole family. Juliana is paying her family monthly. She is sending her family money every single month. She said that it's all on them. She said that her family expects it. She says that her family sees her as marrying someone with money, that she has money to give, and they will be accepting it. She also says that her family has not texted her or called her. She haven't even had any type of communication with her family, and she still sends them money. Child, ain't that something? She says that her family and her, they grew up with nothing. And so she feels obligated to take care of them, even though they are not speaking to her. Ain't that something, y'all? Whew. Lord have mercy. So, they bring out Miss Sarah, all right? And so Sarah, we all know that, at first Sarah had a little reservation about Juliana being so young, but she says that she got to know Juliana. She says that Juliana and her, have a friendship, that Juliana opened up to her, that Juliana talked to her, and Juliana says that, Sarah is her best friend. And one thing that Sean said this friendship is genuine, and they both said yes. Juliana says that Sarah is her, her best friend. So they bring on the kids, and of course everybody loves the kids. I tell you, those two kids are something else. They are just too cute. So the relationship between all of them, Juliana, and Sarah, Michael, the kids, is lovely. So Sean brings up Michael and Sarah's relationship. And so Sean was like, Sarah, was there any infidelity? And so, of course, Sarah was like, well, I'm going to let, Michael, bring that up. I'm going to let Michael talk about that. Michael says that there was, he traveled all the time, that it was long hours, that he was out there partying, he wasn't home a lot. And so, he went down this downward, spiral. But he did not, cheat. Okay, now Sarah says that she feels like that he did cheat because he was sending out texts to these women. All right, now Michael says that there was some texting going on. Bottom line is, honey, Michael was sexting some women. Now, I think he said that he was guilty. What did he say, y'all? Emotionally cheating. Is that what he said, child? You were sexting a bunch of women. That's what you was doing. Y'all was sexting each other, and that's the bottom line. Now, do you, friends, do y'all feel sexting is a form of cheating? If you are married, if you have children, do you feel sexting another man or another woman while you're married is a form of cheating? I say yes. Why are you sexting anybody? If anything, sext your wife. FaceTime your wife. Why are you sexting someone else? No. You cannot call it emotionally cheating and feel like you didn't do nothing wrong. You cheated. Okay, if you feel like that you can give yourself emotionally to someone else, no, that's cheating. That's how I feel. How do you feel? All right, let's move on. Let me make a quick little insert. They was back in the back having a break, and Sasha brings up how, you know, how great it was to see Sarah and Juliana and Michael all get along, especially Sarah and Juliana, and that he wishes that Emily would be like that to his exes. And so Emily was like, what? Emily was thinking, child, if you don't hush your mouth, okay, your exes in my eyes are a bunch of haters. It's not going to happen. I was like, Sasha, honey, your exes don't even like you. Okay? Do you think they're going to have some form of friendship with Emily? Absolutely not. See, Sarah, she legitimately likes Juliana, and she tolerates Michael. So you child, Sasha, hush. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So, let's move on. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Let's talk about Translator app and desperation. Okay, this is real short and sweet. Translator app sat there not knowing what anybody's saying. They had an interpreter for him. But child, he was still looking lost, dazed, and confused, okay? And so Sean was talking about their communication. How in the world was this going to work? And of course, Anna, she says that, hey, you know, yes, communication was, you know, hard, but it is what it is, all right? And then she brought up the whole, you know, the boys. And she feels like that the boys are really trying to, you know, like, you know, Marcel. And they're trying to make a bond with Marcel. The oldest boy is just having a hard time. Okay, he's just not having it. And he's upset because one of the youngest boys called Marcel Baba, which in Turkish terms means, you know, dad. And he don't like that one bit. And someone brought up a good point when they said, hey, your oldest son was the man of the house. And now he feels like he's getting pushed away, you know, when you brought Marcel in. So they feel like that the oldest son has a right to be upset. And I think that the oldest boy has every right to be upset. Because, honey, that whole relationship was a hot mess, okay? And so he has every right to feel that way. So anyway, they're working on the relationship, and then they brought up the family, and Marcel says that, you know, he regrets not telling his family about the children, that he wished that he would have told his family that she had kids. And he really do, you know, he regrets that. But anyway, desperation let it be known that Marcel wants children, and she can't have children. They will have to be a surrogate. But of course, in Turkey, that's a huge no-no. Child, another huge no-no. So if she was to have a surrogate, his family will be upset about it. And you're married now. He's in the United States. Let him be mad. Be mad. Stay mad. Die mad. How about that? Okay? If you want to go and have a surrogate, you want to have a baby with Translator app, you go ahead and do it. Child, can y'all imagine what a mess that would be? Communication now is like right here. When they have the baby, it's going to be down here, child. That's Translator app and desperation. Let's move on. All right, let me hit real quick about Natalie and Mike. What was it? Seriously, we did not figure out. I guess we're going to learn about the cheating or non-cheating, or why they fussing, or why Natalie don't trust her. What's going on? Okay, I guess we'll find that out tonight, because we didn't learn nothing at this reunion. Child, Natalie done got emotional. She was crying. She was looking like, you know, all dazed. And Mike sitting there acting like he don't know what's going on. Mike is literally sitting there like, I have no idea why she upset. Child, I guess we'll find out tonight. As far as Angela and Michael, they really didn't talk about them too much. We're going to find out that, honey, Angela is going to go off on Michael's friends. Honey, they done bought the friends involved. Honey. The friends done called Angela trashy again. Angela up screaming and yelling. What's Michael? Michael's, he's unhooking his microphone, and Angela's like, come on, Michael, come on, Michael. Oh, honey, it's gonna be a hot mess. I am here for Michael's friends. I'm here for it. I'm gonna get so tickled, child. Anyway, let's talk about Robert and Anny. All right, we all know that, Robert has told Anny some things, made her to believe, that, he's about it financially. She gets over here and he done took her to the thrift shop. All right. So Sean asked about that. And so, of course, Anny says, listen, Robert told me that he was going to take care of me, that he was going to buy me some new clothes. He didn't say nothing about thrift clothes. Okay? That's it. Anny also let it be known that she's not a gold digger. Sean said, listen, people said that you ain't nothing but a gold digger. And Anny says that's not true. She says, I have had rich men after me. I have lived with men who have taken care of me. If it was about the money, I wouldn't be with Robert. Anny said, honey, Robert ain't got no money. The proof is in the pudding. She didn't never lie, honey. Did she lie, y'all? Honey, did she lie? She didn't lie, child. And so Robert was like, listen, I do have money. Okay, I'm just not all giving it to you. And so Anny said, where is it at? Where's your money at? He said, it's in the bank. Anny said, I got so tickled at that. So anyway, so they brought out porno grandma and Tennessee grandpa, child. Tennessee grandpa. So of course they're sitting there, and of course the porno grandma and Tennessee grandfather, they want everyone to think that they are just the perfect grandparents, that they see Bryson every week, and all this. We know that's a sham, okay? So Sean brings up, when they first met Anny, how porno grandma was totally out of bounds when she was asking about birth control. And so porno grandma was like, listen, okay, we know that Robert is fertile murder. Okay, we know that he has a whole bunch of kids, and I'm looking out for my grandson because Bryson, for some reason, she thinks that if they have another kid that Bryson would take a back seat. Girl, honey, she ain't nothing but a bag of crazy, a bag of it. Okay, so here comes Robert. Robert said, I don't think so. Okay, I have children. I take care of my children. Okay, if me and Anny wants to have a child, that just means that it's going to give someone else, another person for Bryson to love, and for someone to love Bryson. Okay, who are you to even talk to her like that? And of course, we know how Anny feels about it. Okay, Anny said, who talks like that? Why would you ask that? That is none of your business. And so Robert said, listen, that is something that my mom should ask Anny, not you. Okay, you was totally out of bounds for even asking that. But of course, porno grandma, what should we think from her? She does porno. Okay, she's a trash bag. I said it. Okay, I said it. So here comes porno grandma trying to justify that. But again, Sean, why did you bring up the daughter? Where is your daughter? Y'all, if y'all hear a dog barking, honey, that's my neighbor's dog. Honey, they are going nuts over there. If you can hear it, I am so sorry. Anyway, so, where's the daughter? And why ain't nobody bringing her up? So, here comes Robert. And Robert, them stupid dogs. So Sean says, how often do you see Bryson? Do you see Bryson? And so, of course, they were like, yes, we see him. And so Robert was like, oh no, you ain't gonna be doing that. And so here comes Andy. Andy said, no, that's a lie, that's a whole lie, that's an entire lie. Okay, Robert says that they have not even seen Bryson in a month. They see him once a month. And here these two want to act like they're the perfect grandparents. Just foul. Okay? And so then Robert says, you threatened me. Okay? You threatened me. And you are foul. And honey, when I tell you tendency grandpa, he did not like that one bit. He could not answer that question. Okay? So he was like, oh, we're going to cut this. We're going to cut this. And so he turns the camera off. And so Robert says that his apartment caught fire. And that he was homeless, for, a period of time. Now, his family was like, listen, we good, okay? You bring Bryson to Atlanta, Bryson will be taken care of, okay? Robert is saying that Porno Grandma and Tennessee Grandpa didn't do none of it. Okay, they could care less that their grandchild is probably somewhere living in a car. They didn't care anything about it. All right. Now I'm thinking that Robert is saying that the threat came in when they were homeless, and maybe Porno Grandma and Tendency threatened to take Bryson away from Robert since they were homeless. Is that what y'all think the threat was? Or did I miss the threat? I think that's what the threat was. The nerve. Bottom line is, Porno Grandma and Tennessee Grandpa are foul, fraudulent, and trash. No wonder nobody's talking about the daughter. The daughter probably went somewhere to get away from them. I don't blame her. Now, does she need to be in Bryce's life? Sure. When she get herself together, because, again, I heard she was on drugs. But if she had to live with them two scoundrels, get away from them. They got a nerve. Oh, I cannot stand them. I can't stand them. So anyway, that is Robert and Annie. Now let's talk about Jasmine and Blake. All right. Well, that's it for the review of. Let me stop. No, I think they are going to talk about Jasmine and Blake, more in detail tonight. They are, of course, going to bring out, Blake's friends. And, honey, Jasmine and Blake is so bland. I mean, there's nothing to say about them. But anyway, what did you all think about the reunion? Child. We'll see if it's a little bit better tonight. Y'all know the drill. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.